лузі червона калина похилилася. Чогось наша славна Україна зажурила.
We've been in shock watching the destruction of buildings, many of which innocent children have lived and are now left homeless.
Joining us, Masha Brodskaya is a multidisciplinary multimedia artist, Grammy-nominated singer, violinist, pianist, composer, and producer. You have so many hats, uncountable titles.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, David. Hi, thank you so much for having me here. Thank you for the introduction. You said that I wear very many hats. I mean, they all, are based on the main platform, the main passion of mine, which is music and charity, actually. And they're all interrelated. I create music. I'm an artist. I also work with other artists. And my music charity organization is also based on music, using it as a tool for therapy and cultural diplomacy, and I can tell you more about that.
Is your personal background related to Ukraine?
Yes, my father is Ukrainian, and I grew up in Ukraine, Kharkiv, and this is the place, this is the country, and its folklore that made me who I am today.
It is very sad to witness what is happening in Ukraine at the moment. I'm from Korea, South Korea, and 1950, it is a very long time ago, but we have a very massive and destructive war that during that time, losing millions of people's lives those days. So I understand how difficult it is now.
I'm sorry that such things, have been happening to our countries, to our people. It is really very difficult to watch.
I learned that your non-profit organization CCI Planet has just launched the Youth for Ukraine initiative, a fundraising campaign and benefit concert for Ukraine orphans and refugees, right? So I saw some of the names I'm very familiar with, like Gloria Estefan and Dion Warwick and many others, and many young Ukrainian prodigy. Tell us more about your benefit concert.
Yeah, sure. So as I said, just especially because it's happening specifically in my country, it's one of the reasons. But actually, the GCI Planet, the nonprofit organization, music charity, virtual concert platform that I've created at the beginning of the pandemic, this is the specific organization that has been working with children in need and isolation, either it's children in hospitals or in orphanages or refugee camps, or children, in any kind of disaster. And obviously what is happening in Ukraine is a disaster of a world scale, international scale. And, after the first week of the war, after the first wave of shock, kind of passed, I already knew that we're gonna do something focusing on Ukraine to help Ukrainian children. And this is how I came up with the idea of Youth for Ukraine International Humanitarian Benefit Concert Series. And I was lucky enough, to be supported by my friends, amazing partners. And we did the first concert about a month ago for Ukraine, one with a friend of mine, Angelica Stinelson, and an association with her non-profit organization, SHARE, which is a community of extraordinary women. And we did it in partnership with other big non-profit organizations such as Tikva, Global Empowerment Mission, and TICFIF. And we also got lucky by being supported by such amazing, extraordinary, amazing artists, as you mentioned, like Gloria Estefan, Dion Warwick, Aldo Meola, Armando Sante, Rita Cosby. So some of them are world-known artists, musicians. Some of them are actors. Some of them are TV personalities. And we're going to have more like athletes right now, and more public figures, influencers who are supporting us. So the army of our supporters have been growing.
If you share with me the more detail about the second concert, I'll share that planned event with in the people in the Korean community.
Yes, we can give your viewers like more information, more details, in some comments. But our main partner right now for Ukraine 2 benefit concert is Omnis Education Group, and together with them, we have become a part of a big project that is aiming to support Ukrainian refugees. The name of the project is RISE, and we right now are raising $3 million in order to help those people. Either it's humanitarian help, medical and mental support, but especially, actually focusing on professional, financial, and educational help, because those people, they found themselves in a totally different country, in a different community. Some of them don't even speak English, and since GCI Planet is a platform that is specifically working with music child prodigies from all around the world, and now there are so many music prodigies from Ukraine who had to leave their country and to go to other places. And one of our mission is also to support them, to make sure that even though they are away from their home, but they have future and they have a possibility to share with the world their incredible talent.
Tell us how people, our viewer and audience can support your benefit concert, your fundraising campaign.
Thank you for asking, David. Yeah, as I said, like we with our first You for Ukraine concert, we have been specifically raising for humanitarian help, for helping people to get evacuated, shelter, food, medical supplies, all kind of essential goods. And our fundraiser is keep on going. And now, as I said, like it's a part of a bigger fundraiser, and people can support us with anything they can, just like literally every dollar matters, like every dollar actually gets somebody such needed, either it's food or it's any supplies that people are struggling to get, especially those people, those groups of people that we're helping in Ukraine, because there are a lot of people who actually can't leave Ukraine, because some of them are elderly, some of them, just like don't have any options to live anywhere, don't have money, don't have transportation. Some of them actually are people with disabilities. So people can, whatever they can donate, they can do it using either QR code we will share with your audience, or the link, and I just want to say ahead of time, thank you for your support, and thank you to everyone, who can find in their heart the possibility to help. As I said, sometimes it can be just a cup of coffee that somebody doesn't buy once in Starbucks, but those $5 can literally take part in saving somebody's life, literally. So we will appreciate any support. Thank you.
Thank you very much for taking time to introduce your wonderful initiative.
Thank you so much, David. Thank you so much for doing this and for helping Ukraine and people in Ukraine, and helping those people who are trying to help and being a huge part of this mission. Thank you, David.
Thank you, Masha.